The mood is right, the spirit's up. We're here tonight, and that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
Ho, ho, ho! Welcome to my Christmas movie marathon. Well, welcome to the Christmas movie marathon. That was my Jim Carrey impression of the Grinch. So this time I'm going to review the Jim Carrey Grinch. In my opinion, this movie is very underrated, and they all said Jim Carrey didn't do a good job as the Grinch. I disagree with that comment. I think Jim Carrey did an excellent job as the Grinch. His voice was awesome. He did a great job, like, I having a holly jolly Christmas. I'm trying to do an impression. I really love this movie. This movie I like more than the cartoon because there's more of a background story on how he became the Grinch in this one. How he became the Grinch was there were kids at school. Oh, well, let's just start off with what happened because they go into a little background story. Like I said, people, this time Anthony Hopkins voiced or was the narrator, and then he said people thought that his shoes were too tight or his head wasn't screwed on right, but his heart was 2 sizes too small or something, or it was his heart was always too small, and then he went, this is yours, now it's his. This is his, now it's yours. Jerry duty, Jerry duty, blackmail, Jerry duty, yee! Something like that I'm trying to do. Jerry duty, blackmail, Jerry duty, blackmail, Jerry duty, yee! I'm trying to do an impression of him. Sorry about that, I'll repeat. Well, I really like this movie, and I'll just start off with what happened, is that bags with babies were flying around, and then they found the Grinch, and then they said, what kind of cookie you want? And he went, Santa. And they went his first word. But he ate the plate like he bit Santa, the plate, and went, Santa, bye-bye. So he went to school, and he had a crush on this girl, of course. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I'm a big Jim Carrey fan too. It was Martha May Woover. Jim Carrey had a crush on her. The Grinch had a crush on her, and he made this present for her. But then Mayor Augustus Mayhew said, you don't have a chance with her. You're 8 years old and you have a beard. So he tried to shave it, and then they said, look at that hack job. Everyone started laughing. And then he went, stupid present, stupid tree, I hate Christmas. And they went, the anger, the whatever, the muscle. And then he went up and said, I hate Christmas, I hate it. So he lived up on a mountain, and basically what happened was he just lived there. One time he ate glass and went, hello! And he heard his echo, hello! How are you? How are you? I asked you first. Oh, that's really something. Saying exactly what I say. And he said, I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. Okay, I'm going to whisper so then you can't hear me. And he said, you're an idiot. Something like that. Yeah. And then later, Cindy Lou ran into the Grinch earlier because he wrapped her up. Because first, she heard about the Grinch and she wanted to know about the Grinch or how he became the Grinch, and then her dog sneezed, and earlier it was going, jury duty. So then his dog sneezed, and he went, Gesundheit, and she went, ah! And he went, ah! And then she went, you're the, and he went, the Grinch! And then he wrapped her up in paper, and then she went, hello, help, or something like that. And then, because she was doing stuff for her dad, and then later, he walked off, and then she found out more about the Grinch, and then she nominated the Grinch to be part of the Christmas thing, like be the awarded king. So then he ran off, or he became the king. She went up to visit him and told him, and then they found pudding. But the really, really rude part about that was they were forcing the pudding in there, not letting him savor it. And all these cookies and stuff, they're shoving it into his mouth. This is not pudding. The whole time. I mean, come on. And then Jim Carrey goes on, or the Grinch, sorry, got them confused. The Grinch just went crazy, and he doesn't like the mayor for some kind of reason, and then he goes on to destroy this thing, like set something on fire, I think, and then runs around causing mayhem, and then Mayor Augustus Mayhew proposed to Martha May Whoville or something like that, and then later the Grinch goes back home, and then he steals Christmas this way. But this way, he has this little electric thing that makes his vehicle go boom, like he was singing, and he went, blast this Christmas music. It's joyful and triumphant, or something like that. And then he came back, and he stole everything. He did exactly what the Grinch did in the cartoon, but in this one, he had like something that sucked up everything. He had everything be sucked up. Food, trees, ornaments, etc. And the presents, and then she said, and then Cindy Lou woke up and said, Santa, why are you taking the tree? And he said, there's a light that's not working. Because it was the Grinch she didn't recognize. And she said, don't forget the Grinch. I know he's hairy and mean, but I think he's sweet. And he went, nice girl. Bad judge of character. That's actually a pretty funny line. Bad judge of character. Yeah, that's a good line. Yeah, and then, he was going to dump the sleigh, but then he heard all the singing, and he was surprised, and then his heart grew, and his sleigh was going to fall, and then he said, it's going to fall, and I care. What's the deal? And then, it's going to fall, and I care. What's the deal? And then he goes up, and he sees Cindy Lou, and she said, he said, Cindy Lou, what are you doing up there? I came to see you. No one should be alone on Christmas. And then he smiled, she smiled, and then he said, oh no! And the sleigh was going to fall, and then he grabbed it and said, I got you, Cindy Lou! And she said, you did it! And then she was steering the sleigh as it went down, and he was on the back, like, it was sort of like him skiing, and he's like, yee! And he's like, now my turn to steer. And then they said, Cindy? Grinch? That's what Martha May Hoover said Grinch, and the person who said Cindy was Betty Lou Who. There's an 8-year-old Grinch and the adult Grinch who was done by Jim Carrey, who was an excellent Grinch, but who received a lot of hate for it. This movie is very underrated. I give it a 10 out of 10. And then he said, ho 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 ho. And he went, all right, what do we have here? You got me, officer. I'm the Grinch that stole Christmas, and I'm sorry. Are you gonna cuff me? Are you going to put me in a chokehold or blind me with pepper spray? And the mayor went, you heard him. I go with the pepper spray. And he said, I heard him. He said he was sorry. And then Mayor Augustus Mayhew, Martha Mayhoover chose not to marry him and said her heart belongs to the Grinch. And then the Grinch went, they went like this, no hard feelings, to the mayor, and went, he went, cheer up, dude, it's Christmas. And then Cindy Lou Who came and kissed him, and he said, your cheeks are so blah 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 is what he said. He said, like, I know, hairy, stinky, green, or something like that. Stinky? No, warm. And then they were all singing that Christmas song, the Grinch included, holding hands. And then he cut the roast beast and everything and had the feast with them. Yes, and I know Jim Carrey from several movies. Taylor Momsen, who is Cindy Lou Who. I'm not sure if I know. I think I know Bill Irwin, who was Lou Who. But Jeffrey Tambor, I know, played Alan's dad in The Hangover. But anyway, you need to watch this movie. If you don't like it, that's fine. But still, this movie is very underrated. So stay up to date and subscribe. Stay tuned for my horror movie marathon. Alright, bye. Peace. Thank you for watching. Bye.